Ever grappled with the problem of multicollinearity in data analysis and wondered how to solve it? Multicollinearity is a common conundrum that arises when two or more predictors in a multiple regression model are highly correlated. This can lead to inflated standard errors of the coefficient estimates and make the estimates very sensitive to minor changes in the model. In turn, this reduces the statistical power of your model and muddles the interpretation of the predictors. Now, imagine trying to predict a house price based on its size and the number of rooms. These two predictors are likely to be highly correlated, as larger houses usually have more rooms. This is a classic case of multicollinearity. It's like trying to listen to two people speaking at the same time. Not ideal, right? Luckily, there's a hero in this story: Ridge regression. This technique can help us deal with multicollinearity, enhancing the reliability of our predictions. But what exactly is ridge regression, and how does it solve the problem of multicollinearity? Let's dive deeper. Ridge regression is a model tuning method used to analyze data that suffers from multicollinearity. It's a handy tool when your data is plagued by multicollinearity, where least squares are unbiased, but variances are large. This often sends predicted values on a wild goose chase, far from the actual ones. But here's where ridge regression steps in, performing L2 regularization to bring some order to this chaos. The cost function for ridge regression follows a specific equation, which might seem complex at first, but it's pretty straightforward. Picture this. You have an equation where you're trying to minimize the difference between y, the response variable, and x, the predictor variables, multiplied by a coefficient theta. But here's the catch. You're adding a penalty term, lambda, multiplied by the square of theta. Lambda, or as it's called in the ridge function, alpha, controls the penalty term. The higher the alpha, the bigger the penalty, and the magnitude of coefficients is reduced. In essence, ridge regression reduces model complexity by shrinking these parameters. So ridge regression helps to control the penalty term and prevents multicollinearity. But how does it work in practice? Applying ridge regression involves a few crucial steps and assumptions. The journey begins with standardization of variables. Both dependent and independent variables are adjusted by subtracting their means and dividing by their standard deviations. This ensures all calculations are based on standardized variables. The coefficients, however, are ultimately displayed in their original scale. Next, we grapple with the bias and variance trade-off. It's a delicate balance. As the penalty term lambda increases, bias follows suit. Conversely, variance diminishes. As for assumptions, ridge regression keeps it simple. It shares the same assumptions as linear regression: linearity, constant variance, and independence. But there's a twist. Ridge regression doesn't provide confidence limits, so there's no need to assume a normal distribution of errors. Now that we know the steps and assumptions, let's see how ridge regression works with an example. Let's consider a case study of a food restaurant trying to improve their sales. We have a dataset filled with various food items and their respective sales in a specific region. Now, to optimize sales, we need to find the right combination of food items. Sounds like a job for ridge regression, doesn't it? In this scenario, we'll implement ridge regression to reduce prediction error and improve sales forecasting. This will involve creating dummy variables for our dataset. You see, ridge regression requires numerical input, so we convert categorical variables, like types of food, into a binary numeric format. This process is known as dummy coding. By using ridge regression, we're applying a penalty to the size of coefficients, effectively shrinking them to handle multicollinearity. With this approach, we can better predict sales based on the combination of food items, addressing the multicollinearity issue head-on. So through ridge regression, we have managed to address the problem of multicollinearity and improve our sales prediction. Isn't that fascinating?